Hello and welcome to day 5 of our 3rd grade math review. We are looking today mostly at multiplication, the beginnings of 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. So let's go ahead and get started with these questions. And remember, these are all taken from a 2017 released STAR test. So first, a baseball league bought 9 boxes of baseballs. Each box contained 36 baseballs. How many baseballs did the league buy? So this is simple multiplication of 9 times 36. But I'm going to show you various ways that you could do it. First, if you wanted to represent it, you can just do your basic circles option. So I've got 9, well, they're circles. So I'm going to call them boxes. And just visually, I want to represent the fact that these are 9 boxes or 9 circles filled with 36 each. So visually, this is how I can represent 9 times 36. So obviously, one option would be to add 36 9 times, but this is where multiplication becomes a little bit easier because that's an awful lot of adding. And so let's see what we could do with 36 times 9. So I'm going to show you partial products first. So partial products looks at this 1-digit number 9 multiplied by this 36 broken up into place value 30 and 6. And I'll show you how it works both ways. So first, you always start with the 1's digit times this 1-digit number down here. So 9 times 6. And so we're going to do 9 times 6, and that's just a basic fact. We're going to go and write the whole thing out. That's 54. Now we're going to do 9 times 3, but remember this 3 is in the tens place. It's actually 30. So we're going to think about our multiples of 10 property that we know. So we know that 9 times 3 is 27. So 9 times 30 is going to be 27 with an extra 0, because when you multiply by multiple of 10, you just add a 0 to your answer. So it's going to be 270. And so that's what we have, 2 different products here, 54 and 270. And that's why we call it partial products. And this is a perfectly legitimate way to multiply numbers. You'll get the same answer as the standard algorithm. And it's really not much more work than just doing it the normal way. It just breaks apart this top number into 30 times 9 and then 6 times 9. And you get your 270 and you get your 54, and then you just add those two up. So then our answer is going to be 324. So our answer is going to be F. Let's do it the old-fashioned way, what we call the standard algorithm. Or if you ask your dad to help you, this is how he's going to do it, because this is how he learned it in school. So you have the 9 times 6 again. You do the 54, but instead of writing the entire number down there, you're just going to put the 1's digit, the 4, and you're going to carry. You're going to bring that 5 over here to the tens place. So your 54 is still there. It's just kind of split up in 54. Now you're going to ignore the 5 for a moment, and you're going to look at that 9 times 3. Since you already have something in the 1's place, you can just look at that as a 3 rather than a 30. So 9 times 3 is 27. But now we have to add those 5 tens that you brought in from the 54. So 27 tens plus 5 tens is going to be 32. So there you go. You get the same answer, 324. It's one step shorter, it seems like, but you have to actually do this carrying. There's no need to carry with the partial product. So both of those work. Let's look at our second problem for today, and it is going to be from the 2017 STAR test, number 32. So it's going to be a division problem. Thankfully, they have a visual here. In class, 5 students split up 65. So if you wanted to count, there are 65 flashcards to practice their math facts. The picture shows the total number of flashcards. Each student took the same number of flashcards. So when we have each student took the same number, that is going to let us know that we can divide. So if you wanted to, you can break each of these up into groups of 5 until we kind of run out. So I'll show you how to do it with the visual, and then I'm also going to show you how to do it with long division, because that's something that gets introduced here. Or you can just skip count up by 5s until you get up to 65, because it's also going to be multiplication fact as well. So not groups of 5. We have a total of 5 students. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4, and then student 5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just mark off chunks of these right here. And I'm just going to put them underneath each of these. So I'll start at the bottom. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm going to put them in groups of 7. Pretty confident I can put groups of 7 in each of these. So I need to make sure I get 7, but each row might not have 7, so you got to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to start at each row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to leave the ones at the end. What I'm doing is I'm going to split them all up evenly to make sure we have equal shares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll just see how many is in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so now everybody's got 7. I don't think I could do another group of 7, but I do have quite a bit left. Let me try groups of 5. So what I'm going to do is I'll start with this up here, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to add 5 more to everyone. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can actually get a second 5 out of this row right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of crossing out, a lot of numbers. You just want to make sure that you get them correct. Same thing up here, another group of 5. So now I'm getting close to the end. I'm going to try to get everyone 12, a 7 and a 5. I can get 5 if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look at how many I got left. I've got 5 left. So everybody gets one more. That's your first check, is that it's even. Everybody has to get the same number because it says right here, each student has the same. So our answer is going to be 13. Because really what we did is we did 65 divided by 5 students makes 13. So if you wanted to double check, you could do 13 times 5. That's the inverse operation. That's going to be 5. And that's going to be 65. So that checks. Now, how can we do that with long division? Well, long division is something that we start in 3rd grade, and you spend a lot of time on it in 4th grade. And so you're going to put your divisor, the number you're dividing by, right here on the outside. And your dividend, that's the number that is being divided into on the inside. And you use, I remember it with, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? These are the steps: divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. So first you divide. Does 5, and you look at one digit in time, does 5 divide into 6? Yes. One time. And I'm going to ignore this 5 right now. So then you multiply. 1 times 5, you put it right down here. Once again, we're just dealing with a 6 because 5 went into 6. Now you subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Then you check, is this 1 smaller than the 5? If not, you did it wrong, and your answer is going to be messed up. Yes, and then bring down the next number if it's there. Now we bring this down. Now our new number is 15, and you go all the way back up to the beginning. Divide. 5 goes into 15 3 times. Multiply. Just this 3 times the 5, that's your 15. And you see, we're going to subtract. We're going to have nothing left over. Check, is 0 less than 5? Yes. Bring down, there's nothing left over, so there's my answer, 13. So there's multiple ways to do this, but that is a pretty big problem, and I would suggest spending a little bit of time on that if you were doing this as a student. Our final problem for today is going to be number 5 on the 2017 test. You notice there's no multiple choice, so this is what they call a griddable response. Aaron will place 99 towels on a shelf. He will make 9 equal stacks. So it's another division problem. So if you wanted to, you can have 9 circles here, and you can just start putting 1 in each stack until you hit 99. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. that's going to be a lot. That is possible, but it also has an ability to, you can get a wrong answer because you could miss something. Now, 99 divided by 9, some of you might know that as a fact. If you know your 11's facts, you know that that is 11. If you wanted to double check that, you can say 11 times 9, and that's going to be 9 and 9. Let's just double check it with long division. 9 into 99. Does 9 go into the first 9? Yes. How many times? 1 time. So let's put this over here. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? So I've divided, multiply 1 times 9, subtract, nothing. So that definitely checks, and then bring down this 9. Oh, do it all over again. 9 goes into 9 1 time, and you multiply 1 times 9 is 9, subtract, 0, check is good, nothing left. So your answer, if you were to do a griddle response, would be 11. And that is it for day 5. If you want to see what day 6 is all about and look at the practice problems, make sure to check out my website at aarondaffern.com.